I'm pausing in 3, 2, 1, go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a Pro Dota 1 commentary done by Luminous. I cannot believe I'm uttering those words out of my mouth, but best believe it because this is Throwback Thursdays. Yes, every Thursday we will be casting one old school Dota 1 match. If you want to participate in the Throwback Thursday, well, come to my stream on Thursday and you get to vote for the game that you want us to cast. Today, it's going to be LGD.sGty versus Starsboba. As always, my illustrious co-host, which I apparently dream about him, bbong773.
Those are the words that came out of your mouth, apparently, so
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Who doesn't dream about bbong773?
I don't know. But
That's a good
yeah,
question.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
I'm just caught speechless. Can't speak, so you go on.
You know, that is the effect of casting with Luminous. Nobody speaks correct on my stream correctly. Haha.
This is true.
Pun. That was
The
an
effect
intended
of
pun,
Luminous.
by the way. So where we at, Mr. Historian? You are a Dota historian. Every time we cast some of these, you're like, well, you know, back in 6.68C, you know, Doom was picked about 12% of time out in about 184 matches. So give me some
Hey, I
stats
like
here. What's going on?
I like doing my research.
All right, let me hear the fruits of your research right here.
Well, back in this days, this is 2010, and I have no idea what the heck is going on because this is 6.68C, so 2 patches after the big Doom rework. I think 6.69 was when Doom era ended, sort of. And after that, I couldn't tell you anything else. I think the first WDC was played on 6.68, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think, but I'm not too sure. But anyways, other than that, I couldn't tell you a goddamn thing. I don't know why Kunkka's in this game. I thought he was like not around by this patch, but apparently he is, and he's apparently still first round worthy.
Maybe our memories is a little fuzzy, but maybe not as well. Drow Ranger's such an early pickup. You don't generally see that either. Maybe this people are just sticking around. LGD versus Starsboba. I think this is a show match. I want to say
No,
that.
it's ADC, so it's actually a match.
It's actually a match. So you're applying that non-ADC matches are not matches? Is that what you
That
say?
is indeed what I'm implying. If it ain't ADC, it ain't a real match.
Damn. Heard it here first. Flames from the future to
Not
2010
flames,
Dota.
speaking the truth.
Alright, so this is in fact 2 years ago. Again, both of us are not exactly too sure what heroes are OP in this particular stage in the game. I could tell you though, Venture Spirit is OP right now, as it is Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor's still OP nowadays. I don't know why they don't they don't pick him anymore. But hey, you know, we're gonna see in this game. And the reason that we're casting this game, as the live viewers already have been spoiled by now, there is a cuddly, friendly hero in this particular game that recently just got ported into Dota 2, and we want to remember him. The nostalgia factor. He's been changed. He's more OP now, but you know,
Yeah, back in these days, he is boring as heck.
he ain't boring. He's fun.
Dude, he was so boring. I don't even know if this is the strength return. I think it isn't the return. I think it's the static return edge, so it doesn't increase.
He's got 2 active spells, better than Skeleton King.
And I think his double edge is a little bit weaker, maybe, at this point. Not too sure.
Alright, we'll find out as the game is going along. If you can't actually figure out what hero we're talking about, of course we're talking about Centaur Warchief. Recently got ported into Dota 2, recently got the Stampede OP-ness in replacement of
Recently
his...
got the War Runner buff, because he's a War Runner, which isn't actually a real term, apparently. But
What is
it's a
War Runner?
It's a runner who is in a war, apparently, so yeah. Know your facts.
When are you ever in a war and you don't run?
When you're walking, duh. Marching in formation. You march. Dang.
Historical flames, one after another. There's no comeback from this. The Radiant side, which I mean the Sentinel side, LGD.sGty, drafting some sort of a aura-based Strat Vengeful Spirit, Drow Ranger, as well as the Beastmaster. Of course, stacking it all up. When I say stacking it all up, 2 heroes from this team does not benefit from the Drow Ranger aura, as it only benefits range. But you sure be damned that Venomancer, buff as fuck.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. And Venomancer
But yeah,
wasn't actually picked
just
back
to
then.
actually provide a bit of analysis, I want to talk a little about the Witch Doctor. Like you said, Witch Doctor not really picked these days, even though you think he's still really good. I think he's still really good. I think he's one of the most balanced heroes, and he's potentially really good. But the problem is that he's a very defensive minded hero.
I don't
And
believe
these
so.
days, even we see the Chinese being so aggressive. Europeans always known for being aggressive, and Witch Doctor just isn't really as good against as initiating because his cask is really good in defensive situations. But if you're going on the offensive, then usually one person's leading the charge, and the cask won't really bounce to the next person.
That I agree with. That I agree
And,
with.
Maledict being such a short range in the offensive, you can't really hide yourself on the high ground to cast Maledict because it has such a short range. So you're just going to charge up in the middle of everything, and they're just like, oh, it's a Witch Doctor with healing. Let's completely own him before he gets the ultimate off. So yeah, that's some Witch Doctor analysis with you, and that's all my contribution that I'll do for the rest of this game. So yeah.
Well, now that you're not going to say anything else, B-Balling's totally flat out wrong about Witch Doctor being too defensive for the current metagame. Maledict is no joke, and considering that so much AoE is picked up, things like Ravaging, so like Void Chronosphere, things like Dream Puck, Dream Coil, you know, like Ice Pack, like his Death Ward, that thing ain't defense at all. Like, that thing don't heal, that thing don't buff,
yeah,
that thing just kills,
it relies on
shit.
Like positioning, and the best positioning for those types of spells are on the high ground.
And that's what I'm saying. You get on the high ground, you Death Ward on the low ground, and pew, everybody be dead. No, seriously though, Paralyzing Cast, which you will see in this game, it's not gonna be the best spell, best initiating stun. It ain't gonna be a Magic Missile. It's not even a Crystal Nova in a sense. But when it actually does work though, we've seen it bounce between two heroes, you know, forever, and then does lock down two heroes. So it's not reliable. Does have some upswing, does have some downswing. I personally love Hero simply because he's a support that can get a lot of kills. There you go, Centaur Warchief as a picked up. And that should be enough. Witch Doctor cast should be enough of an initiation stun to allow Centaur to run in if he has enough movement speed to get the clap off. And then you have Maledict, and then you have Double Edge. So it is a very, very powerful killing combo. But let's talk about that later, making sure that we're synced up on the replay time. 10:52, 53, 54, 55. Alright, in the Radiant Dire team, Scourge, goddamn, Scourge, we have So Soon playing Shadow Fiend. So Soon, by the way, one of my favorite player of all time.
Everybody's one of your favorite players of all time.
No.
Except if it's like Vigas or Yamate.
Yeah, Vigas Yamate, not my favorite players of all time. Alright, he's gonna be So Soon. He's such a good player. So Soon's gonna be playing Shadow Fiend. We have Archie gonna be playing Tie Hunter. I think that's David, I want to say. Yeah, I think it's David playing Brad Warden. This is Ice playing Witch Doctor. And last but not least, this is Manga Q, Manga Ecchi. A lot of names. He's going to be playing Windrunner.
I know you're all into that manga, so what does that mean?
Manga Ecchi? Ecchi is a genre that is, I want to say, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like...
Is it that messed up?
It's not messed up. It's not like hentai or anything like that. It's geared towards like young male adults around age 14 to 16, 17. Young adolescent adults? Young adolescent males. So you can imagine what it shows. It's like up shots and sometimes boobs, but not really, like, it doesn't show to you too much. Why are we discussing this?
I was curious. Can I ask a question? I didn't know. I thought it might be just like a...
You know,
certain type of like romantic or comedic or something.
No.
Instead, you just go all like weird on me. Going
it's
all
not
kissing
weird.
hands on
It's
me.
actually, it's just normal.
Why don't you take a seat? Why don't you take a seat?
I'm sitting
What are you
down.
doing?
I ain't even mad. Are you
doing?
mad? Nobody's mad. We want to introduce a Radiant side. I mean, Sentinel.
Okay, Sentinel, we have CH, Venomancer, legendary player. YOF, another legendary player who still plays. He's on the Beastmaster, but forget all that, because we have engagement. Guess what? CH, you gonna die.
Best offensive spell ever being thrown out here. Oh, but the best
Just
defensive skill. Gale and a Torrent being dropped. Everything being dropped right now. Centaur is gonna be fine. Obviously, Archie though, maybe not. He's not so fine. Vengeful Spirit taking a lot of stun, but Magic Missile, short cooldown. Meanwhile, Centaur comes in, chops the head off somebody. Oh, he's so low. The Centaur Sun comes in right now. One more hit. Nice anime cancel. It's gonna do it. Cast bouncing around. Is it gonna bounce a second time? You bet you will. Man, best stun ever. Double edge for the kill. Triple.
Actually, can we get a timer, because I think we're desynced. Even
We
though...
are electric. 13, 16, 13, 17,
Oh my
18,
God.
19,
Why does your work have to be so bad?
20, 21, 22, 20 Trace, 20 Quattro, 25, 6, 7, 8. Damn, I'm good. Alright, we're good? We're synced up?
Sure. Yeah, I'll just let you cast all the exciting parts, but Yeah, I didn't finish going with Sentinel. We have XC, I don't know who that is. GX Legendary support, ZSMJ Legendary player. Everybody is legendary in this game because, you know, they're Chinese, so thus they're legendary.
Have you heard that ZSMJ is coming back to the pro scene? Their magic missile
Yeah,
going up, Torrent, cast bouncing around defensive and offensive uses. Oh, he does get the stun off. Meanwhile, he's solo. Venture Spirit is low as well. One more hit, Witch Doctor not gonna get the kill. Meanwhile, that Voodoo Restoration, I mean, we say that's a very defensive spell in nature, and it really is, but we see it being used offensively. I mean, they're actually going, and then they're turning on the Voodoo Restoration because they know there's going to be fire coming in the other direction, and because you're surviving, you're attacking more damage, you're getting to your second and third stuns. It's an offensive spell in its own right.
Yeah, especially with the Centaur, because his second spell, Double Edge, doesn't even cost any mana, so
Yeah.
as long as he has enough HP, he can just slam that Double Edge in. Not an insignificant nuke, very powerful nuke. So if he has enough HP, he can continuously spam that. Of course, one of the weaknesses of Centaur in the early game is he doesn't have that great fortitude, which isn't a problem anymore because that no longer exists. But he's actually not as tanky as he would be once he hits level 6. But in the early levels in Dota 2, as he will be, he'll be more tanky because his strength growth is so much more insane. It's 1.2 increased to 3.8 or something ridiculous, but it looks like Venomancer might be in for the ride of his life, but the cask does not bounce, but looks like it doesn't even matter. That Venomancer, he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
Oh man, that Centaur stomp just does so much. You know, nice body blocking, the healing's coming in, Voodoo Restoration is sapping the mana away. Does he have it for the cast? I don't think he does, but cast be damned because the right hits are coming in. Gush mana, there's a Gush mana, one more right click, gonna get the kill right there. Venomancer is back. Is he gonna drop the best scale of his life? He's looking for it. Poison Sting doing the damage. Torn, nice animation cancel, trying to juke it out. There's gonna be a Torn. Torn's gonna be dodge out right now. Centaur does not have the mana for the stun just yet. Kunkka looking for the last hit, is gonna get it. Meanwhile though, Venomancer does drop that Gale, and here comes the stomp. One more double edge. They're not, oh, is he gonna die to poison, or is he gonna die to the cleave sword, or is he gonna die at all? He's got the boots. Kunkka does have the boots as well. He's juking, he's tankling up, he's gonna be fine. Jesus, this Centaur is immortal. As I say that, he's walking past these guys. Yep, he's gonna be fine. Survives with 16 HP. Tell me that Voodoo Restoration is not offensive, because that thing kept him alive for more stuns and more double edge.
It is not offensive.
All
no,
right.
it is very. In this case, it is working out extraordinarily well. I mean, Witch Doctor, he doesn't need Maledict because, you know, these engagements, they are going to be won in the first couple of seconds,
Yes.
or they're just not going to be won at all. So Maledict won't really become a factor. Like, if they're running away, Maledict is going to be so low level that they can start tying up, and if they have a magic stick, they can pop that. Only once you hit, like, level 3 and level 4, Maledict will really start becoming a very offensive threat. But before then, you just see the power of Voodoo Restoration, especially with Centaur, who uses HP liberally to cast his double edge. And another thing you do have to notice, again, Witch Doctor, he is a very underrated support, very defensive support, but one thing that you can't forget about that is even though he's very squishy, his attacks, my god, they hurt so much.
Yeah, he has a somewhat awkward animation, but he has one of the highest physical right clicks. It's better than Crystal Maiden by far, it's better than Vengeful Spirit, it's better than most other 600 range support, and which does contribute to why he was frequently picked up. I think one of the biggest nerf that really took him out of the competitive scene is the fact that his Voodoo Restoration mana cost increased significantly, and the fact that it's draining every second, it's no joke how big that nerf was. But here you go, Shadow Fiend hastening up to the top lane, so we're gonna see a little bit more action. Vengeful Spirit and Veno really squishy, but they want the Kunkka. The Gale will hit on everybody. The two supports, look at those raises. Yafines so soon gets a double kill, easy by himself. Well, not by himself, but yeah, by himself. Good job here, so soon. You make me proud.
Totally Yafadesk when they were stunned for 5 seconds.
Yo, man. I know I can't hit that raise, so it's all good. It's all good.
It's okay. I'd probably just like raise the big creep camp, the big neutral camp rather than those heroes.
On the bot lane here, gang coming against Ilaria. Ilaria, though, running for her life. Great Shackle Shot keeping her alive right now. The axe is getting juked out. She's gonna be dead for sure. The axe is chopping her heads off. But rather, I mean, she got actually a lot of time wasted, forced out a teleport scroll from the Vengeful Spirit as well. And best of all, ZSMJ did not get the last hit on that kill. So, you know, he's running back to lane trying to get some last hit. But I think Manga Echi is being fun on the bot lane.
Yeah, he's doing fine. I mean, Drow versus Windrunner. Once Drow gets enough levels, Windrunner can still do a lot, but Drow will just be able to stand on chick mode, not man mode, and duke it out. But it looks like Vengeful Spirit is going to try to tangle with the Shadow Fiend, which is never a good idea when you're level 3, and Shadow Fiend is level 7. Just saying. As you can see, Arab Tribe versus Tribe, mid solos and offlane solos, level 6 and 7. Meanwhile, everybody else level 3 if you're on the losing side, and level 5 if you're on the winning side. So you can see the discrepancy right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, the tri-lane on the top lane here for the Scourge has been heavily won by the Scourge, and of course, with Shadow Fiend getting haste and then getting a double kill with a haste is huge. And on the bot lane, sure, they got a kill on Drow Ranger, but ZSM is not really out farming. He's harassing the bejesus out of Manga Echi that pops a wind run and go for the Shackle Shot, and then decides to run all the way back, though. So very low. Is ZSMG gonna get a solo kill? No! No, Drow Ranger. And look at the raises coming from behind so soon. Backstabbing, surprise, but
Meanwhile, in Finland, top lane, Venomancer takes an immediate fall, and guess what? It's another 3-on-2 torrent lifts once again. That's why it's so annoying to deal with, but it looks like Ventral's gonna get blocked. Ravage gonna come in, flying over the face, Gush, and a body block by his Taunter. LGD.sGty getting cleaned up. How do you feel about this? Well, both of these two teams are one of your favorites, but yeah, LGD getting completely smacked down in this early game. And they're going to have to pull something out of their bag, because right now the early game discrepancy might prove to be a bit overcome, but if there's any team that's used to trailing, it's got to be LGD.
Well, Beastmaster's trying to overcome that deficit. Shackle Shot. No, not Shackle Shot. It was the same animation, but the Roar and the Frost Arrow come in. Manga Echi know he's going to die, so he's going to do as much damage as possible before dying. When I said Manga Echi, I meant so soon. Obviously, on the top lane, the teleportation is coming in. These guys are very low in terms of mana, but enough to Gush and the Stomp and the... No double edge, at least not right now. There's a double edge, and there's an unstoppable streak being claimed by David. Still Soul Tang, opting for Power Trips. Do Face even exist right now? I'm not sure.
Yeah, they exist. It's the attack phase boots. It's not the armor phase boots that was so imbalanced back in the older days.
Yes.
But this is the attack phase boots. But he's just saying, screw it, I'm a tank, I'm charging in, I have a billion stuns to set me up, I have Witch Doctor stun, and I have a Windrunner Shackle Shot. I'm just gonna charge in, draw all your attention, and then come at me, bros, because I do a lot of damage. And guess what? 1300 HP at level 7. You're not going to see this anymore in Centaur and Dota 1, but you're still going to see a pretty high HP Centaur at level 7, just because that insane strength growth.
I mean, right now, at the new Centaur, you just run your whole team in, and they just die, so you don't need HP. What do you do?
Setup. You don't need setup like a Witch Doctor stun. You just charge in,
you know, because when you're running at 522 and they're running at 352, like, you know, there's some discrepancy on that movement speed. This is the first time I've ever seen the purposeful pulling for your enemy strat. Never really tried that out myself, but I won't advocate that myself. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, how's the SMJ doing? He's got received 2 ganks on his lane, still 30-8. We're 9 minutes in. This is not ZSMJ-esque, but ZSMJ is known to be a great farmer once he's outside the laning stage. I mean, he handles the lane fine by himself, but once he's outside the laning stage, he does not miss the last hit. So, ZSMJ fans out there, you know, don't be afraid.
Yeah, keep in mind, Drow's attack animation in the early game is bad.
Yes.
No other way to say it. And I mean, with the recent change, it's not going to help. Like, her last hitting damage has actually gone down a significant amount. I think it's like ridiculous. So even if you do get the aura.
Well,
so,
actually, if your aura is doubling, you know, then it does. But back in the mid lane here, Beastmaster Roar goes onto Sosun. Where the hell's the follow up? Everybody on the Congo train coming in. The Gale on the long range, it's gonna hit. Any denied attempts?
Just the tip.
No.
Just the tip.
Just the tip is enough. And I do believe that XC also got a cleave, and I think XC is maybe Shuriken in this case. Not too sure. Mid tower is gonna get mowed down, I imagine, sooner or later. Vengeful Spirit aura check, level 1 aura check, probably leveling the magic missile, but quick aura quick terror check. No, it is max terror by 7 build, and this is one of the reasons why Vengeful Spirit, one of the more interesting supports hero to look at throughout time, because her build changed quite a bit. She is gonna keep her level, her stun at level 1 for the remainder of the game, I imagine. Gonna level up her passive as well as terror, because back in these days, I do believe 1 level stun will remain give you 2 seconds of stun, and it never scale upwards like that. But looking in the bottom, Centaur has his blink. Uh-oh. It is gang time.
GG. Only 240 mana, should switch those treads, but should get the stomp off onto ZSMJ, but he knows, and he's watching out. Only 815 HP. Will he have the map awareness to stay away? Oh, he's running for his life. Taunter, will he get into position? No, ZSMJ. He knows, as looks like this tower is going to be forfeit at the very least, but yeah, the Centaur gank is going to be forfeit, but hey, it doesn't matter, he's regenerating up mana. Meanwhile, yeah, they should be able to take this tower. It's just such an unstoppable force. It reminds me a lot of the Undying pushes these days, where you're just gonna go in, Undying Taunter, you just go in and just say, how do we kill these guys? Like, it's so hard.
I'm gonna say that the Centaur right now is a little bit scarier than the Undying, because if you look at his score, he's 6 and 0. Now earlier you say who you're rooting for, or you're rooting for both these teams. I gotta say I'm the biggest LGD.sGty fan, because ZSMJ is one of my favorite farmers out there. But I gotta hand it to you, Starsboba, right now, because they're showing unconventional pick. Centaur is a hero that's thought to be useless most of the time, and to be honest, he's such a clunky, boring hero. But look at that! Goes in right now, 2-man stomp. They want the Beastmaster. Ravage hits just about everybody. YYF, he's gonna drop a Beastmaster Roar. Is he gonna go down? The castle coming in right now, and of course the beasts are gonna be taking some of it, but here comes a power shot. ZSMJ solo. Magic Missile will hit on Archie. Can they actually get the kill? ZSMJ standing its ground. Gagush is gonna take him down. Meanwhile, the boat is hugely coming in just for Coco Run movement speed. Meanwhile, Tidehunter's still so very low. He's gonna survive going to trees, not gonna get fogged out. I think this fight is hugely in the favor of Radiant side. Sentinel side still alive. Witch Doctor using his Voodoo Ratio, coming back out. Torn, it's gonna, no, it's just barely missing. I think Sentinel came out ahead because Centaur did die.
Centaur died, but
Drow did too.
I think it's probably even, and Shadowfiend's farming, and
yes.
ZSMJ died, so you gotta keep that in mind, Luminous. What are you talking about, man?
It's pretty even.
Just kidding. As Kunkka getting cast, as that cast bounced back and forth on that creep, one of the most annoying aspects of Witch Doctor is just getting that 4-second stun with one other teammate by her side. It's just like, together forever.
Together forever.
Just the two of us. They can make it if they try, but apparently Witch Doctor cast will stop them, as Windrunner has a Ring of Health. And yeah, just to go back onto some of the other skill builds, I think it was only last year that the Beastmaster Soulmate started running the Aura strat, and you can see Inner Beast only level 1 at level 10.
Yep.
So yeah, that's also something to notice.
Yeah, it's a pretty late evolution of the Beastmaster, as you will, compared to some of the other heroes. But Blink Dagger also picked up on the Beastmaster, so I see a Blink Dagger. I'm going to raise you to that Blink Dagger as well. And Blink Dagger is going to be a very, very key item for them to get some pickoffs on these some of the more squishy heroes, such as that Shadow Fiend, such as the like a stray Witch Doctor if they do find one. But you know, I'm not sure whether that Beastmaster Dagger would be pretty good. I think back in this time where when we see Beastmaster going for Blink Dagger, it is completely standard. But if we apply something like more recent knowledge, if I could say it like that, I think going for something more of a Vanguard, or I guess the traditional Necro Book would have been a little bit better in this particular game, because right now I don't think he could compare himself as a front lineman to the Tidehunter and Centaur, because they got him out tanked by a mile too.
Yeah, I mean, the Chinese have definitely fixed this, and that's why they're so dominant now. But one of the weaknesses of the Chinese in those days is pretty much their stubbornness. They don't really want to adapt. And you can see, like, Beastmaster blinking in against a Tidehunter, a Centaur, who would definitely be able to survive.
And a Witch Doctor cast? Yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah, Witch Doctor cast. But the Chinese have definitely fixed that problem, that they're dominating so much these days. But back in the old days, they definitely just go pretty much what they feel like. Just go with the standard build, and most of the time, probably 85 to 90% of the time, it does work out for them. But in situations like these, might call from some different measures.
I mean, yeah, when you're like the best teams in the world, I mean, there's no reason to deviate until proven necessary. And this might be the situation. They might need to deviate a little bit, because this Centaur is rolling all over them right now. Of course, Shadow Fiend also has his own Blink Dagger, and we're gonna see some sick combo, because that Tidehunter is gonna do a follow-up Ravage when the Centaur blinks in. Shadow Fiend's gonna blink in as well. There's a Blink Clap. Look at the Blink. Oh, you really need to do that. Not necessary, but they're gonna go in for the Vengeful Spirit, as Vengeful Spirit to swap into the Requiem, and that's gonna be it. The tier 1 tower is gonna go down as well. I think so. They don't have a lot of DPS output. There's a Shadow Fiend, but aside from that, they really need to clear out these wards and they're trying to protect the siege unit, which is very, very nice. And there you go. Shadow Fiend does what Shadow Fiend does best, mowing down your wave. No, he blinks in right now, goes for the Centaur. Wrong choice, YWF. They have the Ravage still. Nice silence here by ZSMJ, but the Ravage will be there. Centaur will still go down regardless, and Witch Doctor ward, that thing ain't defensive at all. Look at him jumping up and down. Those wards shooting down people as well. ZSMJ does get one kill, trying to go for a second, not gonna be enough. Torn is gonna hit here. Beastmaster buys back, blink back in. Oh, but the blink out here by the Shadow Fiend. Finesse play by Sosu. Meanwhile, the head's chopped off here as Manga Echi gets a backstab gank against, I do believe that was a Draw Ranger. And looks like the team fight is now over, but buyback. Oh, swap defensively and offensively, excuse me. And the Magic Missile will hit, but no more Beastmaster Roar, and I do believe she will run out. Beastmaster blinks in right now, trying to go for a little body block. The board gets summoned for the slow, not going to be enough. Whew, that team fight all over the place, but of course, Scourge came out ahead again. Shadow Fiend, Soul Survivor, Acid Carry, and that's all you could really ask for.
Yeah, Witch Doctor, when he has a billion people initiate on you, especially with the Shadow Fiend with the Blink Dagger, who you sort of have to focus. You can stand back and channel Death Ward. Doesn't even need Maledict at this stage of the game. And you just saw ZSMJ, Lifesteal, Frost Arrows, ridiculous amounts of damage. And Death Ward was just like, lol, I out DPS you. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, DPS of the Death Ward is no joke. It is a early game carry hero in a sense. I wonder what Ilaria is getting, as she has a Perseverance. Lincoln Sphere.
Most likely.
Yeah, Lincoln Sphere is actually a good build. This is actually a good build to try on pubs. You start with a Perseverance, you go into an Ultimate Orb, and then depending on how the game is going, you either disassemble your Perseverance to upgrade to a Scythe of Ice, or if the game is going really well, then you just finish the Lincolns. It gives you some versatility.
If the game is going super well, you just go Battle Fury, because why the heck not?
Plus 65 damage!
Yeah,
and no
Focus
cleave.
Fire, no joke.
Yeah,
go
no
Refresher, because, you know, double Focus Fire is better than single Focus Fire, like, why the heck not? And then you get Aghanims. Holy crap, that Focus Fire. My god, new meta, Fleet Runner, start doing it, and I might not hate you as much.
Live the dream. Lumi 2012. That's all I'm gonna say.
Meanwhile, looks like Windrunner, she's not going to be living the dream as Torrent's going to come in. Here comes Vengeful Spirit, Magic Missile, and a couple more hits. The SMJ does get the last hit. And even though the Sentinel are down, they have so many auras, they have Drow, that I think they can still most certainly come back. But the only problem is how they break the giant siege wall once Tidehunter gets that Ravage and Centaur just runs around. They have enough damage, but they need to have the survivability. Which
yeah, they don't have the tank.
Lacking.
Yeah, they are severely lacking. Kunkka, I mean, he may be a strength hero, but he's not exactly tankiest of the strength heroes out there. He's going for either a Battle Fury or I think more likely a Lothar's Edge, but looks like we'll talk about that later. That cast bouncing nothing but on Kunkka and Drow. Ravage just being used on one. Oh, the ultimate whiffing it completely. They used 2 or 3 ultimate just for a single kill, but Drow, look at that Shadow Fiend with the haze. He sees Drow Ranger's trying to run. He's gonna try to TP out. Is he gonna make it to cast from downtown? Gonna get the stun and the kill. Nicely done here. I gotta say, that was a very heavy investment into the ultimates, but they're gonna go into the Roshan pit? Or do they even know what the Roshan is back in these days?
I think it's just some sort of urban legend.
Yeah, probably.
They don't care.
Nobody gives a fuck. I mean, no, they are going in. Yeah, okay, that makes a little bit of sense. And I imagine it's going to go on the Shadow Fiend, as he is the squishiest of them all. But to be honest, he's fairly tank. Strength Shreds, Ogre Axe, 1400 HP.
Yeah, an Ogre Axe, which is actually an axe.
It's actually
an axe. Actually, the other axe is an axe, but, you know, it ain't a club. So,
I mean... Just
saying.
It could be like a very sharp club.
A sharp, curved club with a very, very razor edge shape. Yeah. But yeah, it could be a very sharp club, I suppose.
You know, you gotta have the imagination. With the Aegis of Immortal, they're gonna be pushing up on the mid lane here. I'll do a quick level and item check and just, well, yeah, why not? Let's do a quick item level check right now. The game, of course, heavily in the favor of the Scourge right now, leading by 13 kills. Farm check time, Beastmaster, he's got 82, not too bad. 55 on the Kunkka, 63 on ZSMJ. I know I said once he's outside the laning stage, he's gonna farm a lot, but to be honest, I haven't seen him farm at all. He's participating in team fights because they're forcing him to do so. They're just pushing his towers. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend, he's got 93 and by far leading the entire game. Windrunner is 73 despite a couple of deaths. And of course, there's 62 on David, but really it's the 7, 2, and 8 that his score is representing right now, because there's only 23 kills and he's in 15 of them. That's insane.
And guess what? Level 12 about to finish the Vanguard. 2k HP he will have, or he already has, and he's gonna have the Vanguard very, very soon. Looks like Shadow Fiend, he knows something's up. He sees a Beastmaster. Can he cancel Blink Dagger? He does manage to get one hit. Banzer is gonna retreat. Looks like Starsboba gonna play it bit safe, as that ward did cancel the Centaur Blink Dagger. Nicely positioned by GX, but still, ZSMJ trying to put his team on his back, because that's really the only way they can come back, going for that Ogre Axe into the BKB. Meanwhile, Kunkka trying to get that Lothar's Edge up, so he can, you know, do big cleave damage, because they just need... It ain't about... You just have to damage them out, because you're not going to out-tank these guys, so you just got to get a lot of damage.
I think you do have a shot of out-tanking them if you all go for BKB. Let's say if Beastmaster, Kunkka, and the Drow Ranger go for BKB. I mean, they do... They're not weak heroes in drawn-out team fights, because they do have relatively short cooldowns. But yeah, the way that they started with the Blink Dagger first on the Beastmaster, and now a Claymore on the Kunkka. There's no way they could come back and try to out-tank them. So at this point, the only chance left is to go Glass Cannon and try to kind of burst them down. But it's going to be really, really tricky because their Ravage is going to hit multiple people. That Requiem Soul is going to hit multiple people. And that cast, I mean, it's going to bounce whether you like it or not.
Most of the time you don't like it, because Cask is
really
annoying.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, nice job by LGD, knowing that, hey, we are the best at tower pushing. Looks like there's going to be a gank as Windrunner decided to just chill out there. But they took 2 towers and got a Windrunner kill. Here comes the Xiaofi with Giant Requiem Souls. Can he kill the Drow? As looks like Magic Missile is going to fly and Gush to come in as well. Drow, she ain't going to be there for much longer, and she took the fall. Meanwhile, top lane, it's Death Ward time.
Yo, it's Death Ward plus Creep Trap time, because that thing don't mess. And now Vengeful Spirit decides to cast the fight right now, but Kunkka comes in as well.
He's like, bitch, I got like a billionaire. I do like 100 damage per second. I out DPS your Kunkka without his splash damage. What you gonna do?
That Witch Doctor. That Witch Doctor getting a double kill, running away from 2 semi-carries. No problem. Can't do this because my cat's bouncing left and right, and that Hawk is just chasing overhead. Man, he's tank. He's got, look, strength shreds, he's got armor from the buckler, and he's got HP regen. What else can you want? You also have a spell that like just shoots down people.
Yeah, it's just popping everybody in their face. As LGD is probably completely befuddled. They're like, what is this sorcery? This is not Dota, this is just sort of witchcraft. And they're right, because it's this witch doctor.
Damn, did you prepare that pun?
No, it just came to me naturally.
Man, you're like a rapper. You good. You don't never prepare stuff.
Oh, man. As meanwhile, as LGD, they just need to get that BK up on ZSMJ, because right now they manage to do stuff and then they get chased on and then they just die because they have no mobility. So once the chase starts, like, they're pretty much screwed.
Yeah, let's see how Drow Ranger soon. He's got 17. Sorry, it's 1,400 gold, so the Mithril Hammer is going to get picked up very, very soon. You can see very deliberate last hitting by ZSMJ, not missing anything. He knows he really needs to put this team on his very, very small back. That Drow Ranger really need to woman up in the next team fight. And of course, if everything goes right, the insane attack power of this team, you can't forget about that, because there's minus armor from Drow, there's attack aura from Drow, there's attack aura from, did I say Drow twice? I meant Venge. Yeah, so there's a lot of auras, and then also there's a Beastmaster aura, so if she gets an uninterrupted 10-second right click, it could be insane. Double damage comes on right now. They do get 1 kill instantly, and no! He's gonna go down now. He does have the Aegis Immortal, but he does not have the DD once it comes back alive, and he's surrounded by everybody. Silence is gonna miss that. Oh, nice swap here, canceling Jessup for a little bit. Magic Missile, they kill Shadow Fiend twice, and now Centaur being trapped by 3 or 4. The positioning of LGD, getting a single pick off, and then picking them off repeatedly. Mr. Tie Hunter, where are your reinforcements? He had a Blink Dagger, perhaps just a little bit late to the TP to the party, and suddenly the offensive power of LGD.sGty winning an unwinnable team fight. They should not have won that. They took the Aegis Immortal as well, and suddenly this could be a high ground attempt.
It could be. Does anybody buy back? Xiaofian actually didn't even end for quite a while. Actually was getting something on the courier and actually died. Was the BKB and the finished Yasha. But unfortunately, he dead. He's not going to be alive, and no buyback. Means he's dead for another 25 seconds. Is LGD going to try to take this tower? I don't know if they can take the Rax as the glyph does go off.
I mean, they have the damage. They have Drow, they have Venge, they have so...
They do have the damage.
Look at this. This tower is going down quick. 17 seconds to the Centaur, but Tie Hunter does have the Ravage, and looks like they're backing off. A little bit more timid of a play, I want to say. Perhaps someone throw away the advantage they really difficultly earned for themselves. It was a beautiful team fight. I just have to credit GX for that timely swap, because if that Requiem Soul went off, that team fight would have went a totally different way. They would have survived a little bit longer. Tie Hunter would have came in. Even Witch Doctor might have came in, and that team fight would have went the other direction. But that one key swap, and they are now, in my opinion, not as badly losing. They're still losing. But
yeah, I know what you're trying to say, but it looks like Starsboba, they don't want to let that happen again. They know LGD probably one of the strongest teams in the world. They're going to just try to group up all mid, because this is what they're powerful at. They're just going to bulldoze you down and just say, what are you going to do about it? And you know, LG, are they picking up items, or are they saving for buyback? Looks like they're picking up items. I like this choice. BKB is fished on the Drow. Looks like Kunkka trying to go for that Battlefield. Venge has 1,000 gold. Okay, good stuff, Venge. Beastmaster has finished the Vlad's game aura and giving more plus damage to the Drow, which is always a good call.
And the Vanguard.
Looks like yeah. As Raze is going to come in And it's really going to be hard for LG to engage this giant brick wall. But they're going to have to make it happen in order to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, they can't really allow them to take 3 towers like that. They might let this one go. The blink, oh, the simultaneous blink, the swap, the silence. It's not enough. Venomancer's gonna die. Drow Ranger very, very low. Not popping the BKB. No, BKB is pop, but she's too low. Frost Arrow need to really steal. Beastmaster rocking everybody. And the Witch Doctor ultimate, she's kind of trapped, but he's still killing the hell out of everybody. Centaur working it up as well. 2 carries still remain, but not for long. Blink Dagger in from so soon. That's 4 for nothing. 4 for nothing. The Dire team said, the Scourge team says, you might have won the team fight in the river by sneaking up on us, but we'll show you. We'll just blink in as 5 and really kind of pub stomping LGD.sGty. This is insane. And now they're going on high ground.
There's really nothing they can do to stop this, as Drow going to be dead for another 30 seconds. And guess what? Everybody's going to be up to full HP relatively soon. Tyrant even popping his salve. 40 gain cancel has earned. Should probably just use earned. But it looks like Shao Fiend Torrent going to fly in. Shao Fiend just does too much damage, but more importantly, it's just so hard to kill this team, as Kunkka going to try his best to slow down the onslaught. Here comes Venge with a blinking on the Venge swap. Don't know what she swapped, but she gonna die very soon. Maybe. And she does die. Yeah. Torrent catches everybody with a huge Poison Nova. Tyrant will probably take the fall. One more hit by the Venomancer. Will he die to the poison? He's gonna sacrifice himself for the glory of the Scourge. Nicely called, but will that mean the death of Shao Fiend as well? Pops the BKB. Shackle Shot does not latch for once in its life. Shao Fiend trying to desperately run away, but the Venomancer poison constantly canceling the Blink Dagger, but looks like Shao Fiend just walking straight ahead. LGD is they're like, you're not supposed to walk straight ahead. You're supposed to juke. And Shao Fiend's just like, nah, bro, just gonna walk straight ahead. What you gonna do?
Shao Fiend's got the swagger. Waited for the hits to run out on the Venomancer ward. 3-second cooldown on that Blink Dagger and did get it. Wow, very, very important team fight. They did get.
He walked straight ahead, and LGD just like sort of veered off to the side because they thought he'd juke.
I mean, the Axis really went for the straight ahead path either, but he juked that, so he wasn't really walking straight ahead, but long enough to juke it out there. So well played by So Soon. I gotta fault ZSMJ in that particular team fight. He popped the BKB, but as you notice, when he popped the BKB, was already down to half health. You really need to react to the travel projectile, which was a lot stronger back in these days. Of that Tidehunter Ravage, you gotta pop your BKB in a timely fashion, not get stunned, drop that silence, and go to work. Because if you're losing the Drow Ranger DPS because she's stunned by Ravage or whatever else, you're losing a team fight flat out. It doesn't matter how well your other guys are doing. They really need Drow Ranger. She is the only DPSer, and she got the item that allows her to do DPS. She needs to actually use it properly. ZSMJ, my favorite players, one of my favorite players, but gotta fault him for that one. But now it looks like they're gonna try to fight tier 2 top. They know that Tidehunter Ravage is still down for a little bit, and as is that Requiem and Soul, but can they actually kill this guy? Blink Dagger initiation, roar. It's a BKB does pop. Can they do enough physical right hit damage? Oh, the blink in. The Ravage is back up. It's a lie. ZSMJ did get his ultimate off, or BKB off, but he's just gonna TP out. Too many people have died, and he is gonna be fine. Wow. That Ravage, I thought it was a longer cooldown, but apparently not.
Well, I mean, they just brute forced their way. They won the team fight so fast, and ZSMJ was dead for 40 seconds that they tried to take down the tower. They got the tower, and then they backed up, and by that time, 150 seconds had passed. That's only 2.5 minutes, and I guess they just took a fight in the next 2.5 minutes. So, yeah, as I thought, you know, Drow, she recognized the problem. She needed a Centaur. It chatted a Centaur, but unfortunately, other Centaur was just like, what you doing, man? Just gonna...
This is the alpha Centaur, man. He don't want no other Centaur here. He owns this place. I mean, how much of this game has been won by the Centaur? I mean, the game's ongoing right now, but he went 6-0 in the early laning stage, kept the Venomancer as well as the Vengeful Spirit in a pitiful low level. They don't really have items. And to be honest, like, Kunkka isn't as farm as he should be. He's exceptionally farm with the Blink Dagger Vanguard.
And if you think about it, like, in Dota 2, or when Dota he does get poured in, which is probably right about now, he's only going to be stronger. He won't be as tank, but his Double Edge has an AoE. Like, it does, I think, a bit more damage because it's 6.68, so I think other buffs to Centaur came in. His return is more powerful because it scales on his strength growth. And now he has a very ridiculous ultimate, so he's going to be just... Like, you see how powerful he is in certain situations in this game, especially in this situation where they can't really just bring him down. And reason why he's in pick so much because, you know, you can just sort of ignore him for the most part unless he gets off to a really good start. Like but in Dota 2, like, even if you ignore him, he has the ultimate, he has so many ways just to keep you locked down that it's just going to be, he's going to be first ban like every single game.
Well, I
And,
mean,
yeah.
that's a good question. How do you deal with the new Centaur? Let's say he has a poor game where you can ignore him, but he does give his team like haste status for a good duration of a team fight, whether you use it for offensively or defensively. And I will answer the phone as I'll give the mic back to you real fast. But if he goes ahead in a situation like this, you can't ignore him, nor can you ignore the team. It's a really difficult time.
Yep, as looks like another push is going to come in. Ravage is just about to go down in about 5 seconds. He has a Ghost Scepter, so ZSMJ cannot target him down. Meanwhile, Shaofiend finished the Menta. Looks like Lincoln Sphere and Ultra are being hit by the Windrunner. Here comes a Blinking by the Shaofiend, going to go to town and Beastmaster roar after the ultimate, but here comes Ravage, catches 2 heroes, Venomancer and the Beastmaster, as looks like Beastmaster does take the ball. ZSMJ completely gangbang. Drow does not want to be in the middle of that 5-some, as looks like a Torrent Boat hits everybody. Poison Nova, can LG defend this? They're doing so much damage. Centaur might take the fall. They have enough backup damage. That's most important as Aegis comes back up for the Shadow Fiend. They don't have enough backup damage. That Torrent Boat and the Venomancer ultimate did so much work, but they couldn't follow up. They just had to back off because they're too squishy, as looks like Drow is going to take the fall. Centaur comes back in with no HP and range. He's just saying, I'm going to sacrifice my life for the glory of the Scourge once again, as looks like Kunkka going to come back in, going to die in a couple more hits. Here comes the Tidehunter. Hero Tidehunter managed to get 1 kill. Can he juke away? Looks like Drow trying to do as much damage as possible, but guess what? Cracktail, Ghost Scepter, and ZSMJ turns his back for a split second. Tidehunter escapes at the nick of time, and wow.
Tidehunter with a shark on his head, not giving a fuck about this game right now. Gets a kill on the enemy, and then TPs away from the enemy carry like he owned the base. Because he does. He does. Now the base is actually his. Even though they haven't knocked down the racks yet, they have did so much damage to the buildings. They forced the buyback on Drow, and really what it matters is they show that it wasn't even the best initiation for Scourge. There were some mistakes here and there, and ZSMJ did survive long enough in the first life to do enough damage, but like, I don't think ZSMJ and his team can come back right now. They're just too far behind.
I think they can, because, I mean, the Poison Nova Torrent Boat hit everything, and if they get everything off, you just saw how much damage they did. Unfortunately, they were not tank enough to get into the front lines to pick everybody off. If they managed to get there, they would have gotten at least 3 kills. Got the Centaur, the Tide, they got the Aegis on the Shaofiend, probably picked up 1 more as well. So, the conditions seem to be perfect, but they can win a team fight. But unfortunately, Starsboba, they probably won't make the same mistake twice, and Centaur has the Radiance, gonna keep tanking up. Meanwhile, point booster up on the Witch Doctor. Shaofiend still with the Manta and 4k gold in the bank, so... And like you said, Drow bought back, so no follow-up damage, no follow-up survivability will be in the future for Drow for a long while, so they're not gonna get the follow-up damage, even if they do manage to get the perfect team fight.
Yeah, Drow Ranger really, like, if he's going for a Hail Mary item, that the only item he could really go for right now is a Crystallis, and try to get some kind of, any resemblance of some burst damage, and Crystallis is the closest way that he can go for it. I did just check on everybody's level right now. This is as strong as LG could ever get in terms of their hero positioning wise. They have all the auras max. Drow Ranger's level 18, that's where she really hits her peak with that 3rd level of marksmanship. So if she doesn't get it done here, and she loses a couple more team fight, uses buyback, that Scourge gets a couple more items, it's gonna look ugly. Oh, Rec Room, so that was pretty ugly. They are gonna focus on Beastmaster. Hope. Oh, big swap out. Will it be enough? The Torrent Bow combo, it's coming in. Drow Ranger, stunned by the Ravage. He's gotta pop the BKB. Popping the BKB just to run. Venomancer, oh, gets the drop as well. Life stealing on the background is ZSMJ. Not gonna be enough. Kunkka is back here. Do they have the glyph? The Torrent will hit. Oh, blink back out is a Tidehunter. They can't actually break on the high ground. Look at Centaur. He's very, very tanky, but not yet still tanky enough. The Storm comes in right now. He's just going man-mo, allowing the rest of the team to do work. He has tanked so many spells. Blink in here, raises, right click, double kill for so soon. Drow Ranger on the back line, so you can see that he's toggling that, he's toggling the Frost Arrow and the Lifesteal on and off, trying to get the maximum slow and lifesteal, but it's not enough. Shadow Fiend with his Manta style will be able to take down this first melee racks, and the range racks soon to follow. I think the brute force was just simply too much. The sledgehammer came down, and LGD had no answer.
It's just so depressing in any team fight where you do, you know, Poison Nova hits mostly everybody. Torrent Bow hits 3 heroes. I think it hit the Witch Doctor Tide, maybe the Shadow Fiend. And only 1 hero dies, and the rest of the team is like near full HP after like 15 seconds or so. It's just so disheartening, all the hard work you did, and guess what, everybody's still alive, and you have to go back to the fountain regen. When you do that, everybody back at full HP, your Drow couldn't even get to full HP after regen, had to teleport back into the fight with half HP, so that's just so disheartening. And meanwhile, Fiend just saying, alright, you guys did your part, now it's up to me. Tidehunter, Centaur, Witch Doctor, y'all did a great job. Now it's my turn, just carrying the day, just being a boss.
Yeah, Butterfly finish in addition to his Manta, BKB, and Blink Dagger, and to be honest, the Requiem Soul that he opened up with was pretty horrible, right? He blinked in, Requiem, the Beastmaster, like got hit by half damage, he got swapped out eventually, but that just shows you the difference between the two team strength. Like, he could whiff a Requiem Soul and still just give his team a lot of damage. And of course, now with 1 racks up, the gold intake for the Sentinel team has been cut, at least by 33%, I want to say. And Drow Ranger finally got his Yasha. Too slow, not going to be enough. And the question is, how much time will Starsboba give ZSMJ to farm? And the answer is not much. As you see, entire 5 hero says, we got them on the ropes right now. No need to give them any room to breathe. Let's just end the game and win this very, very important ADC match. Because if this ain't ADC match, it ain't a match.
It ain't a real match.
There you go.
As whenever Fiend has more HP than the rest of your team and is jumping into the base, canceling Blink Requiems, and then Requiem absolutely nothing, and you know you're okay. You're okay.
You're okay. Just making sure, clearing the coast. Nobody's here. Alright, let's hit the buildings. And they're hitting the building nonetheless. Gotta watch out for that Torrent boat combo. ZSMJ is back in the house. Tower has gone down, the signs goes on right now, but where's the stun? The cast bouncing left and right, Shackle shot, and here we go, Ravage blinking, everybody be dead. ZSMJ says, I gotta right click everybody now, just kidding, gonna run all the way back. Centaur finds you, no cooldown, and there's a Beastmaster Roar. Are they gonna try to right click him down? You can see the return damage is killing ZSMJ. ZSMJ does get the kill here. Look at how low he is, but he's fighting everything. ZSMJ, great control on the Drow Ranger, but the dude with the shark on his head. I eat sharks for breakfast, man. I eat Drow too.
Yeah, you gotta get that shark fin soup as Kunkka comes back in the middle fight. They're gonna maybe save the barracks, as looks like the script's gonna go to town. Meanwhile, the chase is on as can Windrunner escape. Here comes the blink axes as Windrunner gets the X going. As Torrent's gonna come in. Here comes a Gush. Shackle shot hits a bunch of people. Tidehunter trying to go back and just saying nope. See ya, Windrunner. As Windrunner is just like, okay, I can do this by myself, and she is able to do that. For the most part. Blink in, axe whiffs once again, and here comes the Tide back in, saying Beastmaster, go away. Keep in mind, it's the passive Anchor Smash, it's not the active Anchor Smash.
Go on.
Just kills YYF and saying, I must go now.
Oh man, that Tide fought for the best of him. This saved the Windrunner eventually though, and really forced the Sentinel to go on a wild goose chase. Wow, that game was insane. That chase was insane. Tidehunter though, try his best. I think he perhaps had Ghost Scepter on the cooldown, did not use it. I don't know if he used it earlier. It does have a very, very long cooldown. Of course, the mid base is completely ravaged at this point. Pun fully intended, as you know, there's no more buildings left in that vicinity. Make sure we're still synced up here. 51, 35, 36, 37, 38. And we did criticize on the build on the Kunkka right now. Do you think he's been doing enough? I feel like his spell's been excellent so far in terms of hitting his Torrent bow, but he really just can't stay in the front, and rightfully so. You're dealing with the Kunkka and a Tie, or a Centaur and a Tie. You think it would have made any difference if he went for BKB?
It's not really his fault, it's just Kunkka as a hero, because even if he did get BKB, what are you gonna do? You can stand in for a couple more thwacks, and then that's it, but keep in mind, you only get that burst damage once every 4 seconds, so you just need more damage to pump out, and what they're lacking is definitely damage, because even if they survive, they can't really bring anybody down, so it's the Kunkka player, whoever he is, XC, is playing well, but it's just the hero who can't do too much in this situation, and that's a bit unfortunate for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely like doing his part. I think with the Demon Edge pickup, he could be going for crits. He'll be going for a Divine Rapier. I love both those choices. It just gives you that one big shot, and hopefully you clear enough HP off of everybody, and hopefully Drow could, you know, finish the business that he started. But now with 2 racks down, actually it's not even 2 racks down. It's like 1.5 racks down, because losing a range racks means very, very little. So I think ZSMJ and his team is still alive with double damage up on Drow right now though. It could get really ugly. Drow Ranger DD should be lasting for a couple more seconds. They're not really using it to fight So, I don't like this choice. I think they should go for a pick
Well,
off.
keep in mind in Dota 1, like double damage on draw, she has to pop BKB and that double damage goes away anyway.
That's right! You have corrected me in the lands of mechanics. I have shamed my father.
I'm gonna get a recording of this audio and just loop it back to you on constant feedback, and just whenever Luminous calls on my phone, I'll just be like have that message playing in the background.
Hey
saying,
guys, I'm not here right now, but I have corrected you on mech. Fuck up.
My first and only chance I'll ever get to correct you on mech, but yeah, they can't really do too much at this point. They just have to out-farm. May get enough damage to bring down these really tanky heroes. Blade Mail's up on the Tyranitar. Centaur picking up a Plate Mail, so just realized armor. And Tyranitar saying, you know, I don't need 180 minutes to pick up a Ghost Scepter. Gonna pick up Ghost Scepter 30 minutes in the game, or 25 minutes in the game.
But if you look at what
that.
LGD is doing right now, this is actually a very, very smart adjustment. Previously, they're waiting for the push to come and trying to defend the base. It's not working out, and what they're doing right now is making sure all the creep waves are constantly pushed out, and it's going to make it a little bit more difficult for the Scourge team to push in. And if you are venturing a little bit too far out, you never know when that Kunkka is going to show up with a big cleave. So if you're on the Scourge side, you got to get the creep wave pushed back. You got to go for a gank yourself. They don't have the best of gankers, but they still have a Blink Centaur Stomp. They still have a Windrunner, and they have enough burst damage to pick off any single hero. Right now, LGD is playing on the last leg. It's a very, very risky strategy. It reminds me of like full court press, if I were to make an analogy like that, because you're trying to defend very, very far away and trying to get that. Look at the Christmas land. Yeah, Christmas land over here on the Roshan pit. But yeah, LGD has to play perfectly. You cannot make a mistake when you're playing so far away from your base, because a single gank and there's no support TP or anything like that, you're losing one hero for sure, and you're probably losing some Raxes.
Yeah, they recognize that, hey, I mean, they have a big death ball, but they're not very mobile. Like, their most mobile hero is probably a Blinking Shadow Fiend with the Manta and Blinking Centaur, but he only has treads, doesn't even have phase. But once they get the death ball going, they will just be able to take racks. LG will be forced to defend because they're already a couple racks behind.
CSMJ, no gold. Spend all his gold on the item. Manta style.
Manta. And meanwhile, Kunkka, 2,700 gold. We'll finish a Crystallis if he does go for that, but it looks like the Death Ball has arrived. They're going to go in. Couple hits. Can they kill the Venomancer? Gush going to fly in. Venomancer, can she even get a stun off? Blade Mail being popped. Here comes a swap onto the Beastmaster, just saying, you fight these guys. And Power Shot's going to be enough. Ravage hits everybody. Requiem Souls hits a bunch of people. Not doing as much damage as expected, but here comes the Kunkka. Boat Torrent going to be used, as looks like LGD, they're in their fountain, so they're going to get the regen. They can finally stay in a battle for once. And Starsboba just chilling outside.
Man, if you're winning against the enemy team when they're in the fountain, something's wrong, but looks like they're very, very low. Voodoo Restoration doing some work. They want that melee racks. They discovered the glyph. They will now usher them back. The cast bouncing back and forth right now. Centaur blinks in. Everybody on the Centaur side still alive. They finally got the melee racks. It is Congo line out, but no, they want to go back in. The Torn, the blink in from this Tide. He doesn't want to mess. Still very, very tanky. He's running. Pops a Ghost Scepter. Second time in this team fight. Shadow Fiend blinking. Requiem Soul just right-clicking. Venomancer is going to go down. So will the Centaur. Shadow Fiend goes down as well. Witch Doctor still healing everybody with Voodoo Restoration. Drow Ranger Pop Manta will survive. Kunkka trying to survive the Shackle Shot onto the tree. Maledict and the swap in here. Witch Doctor is going to go down here. Shadow Fiend with the Aegis Immortal. Drow Ranger trying to fight this. Blink back out on the Shadow Fiend. Is it now a time to retreat? Kunkka with the low Dark's Edge. He's looking. He wants to get a big cleave off. There's a cleave. Gems on the ground. Torn. Now X gets cancelled by the Lincoln Sphere. Huge Manta dodge here against the Shadow, against the Vengeful Spirit. Shadow Fiend right-clicking. ZSMJ popping speed KB. Trying to run out. Blink Dagger coming in. Blocks. No blocks. Gush coming off cooldown. No Gush just yet. Tie Hunter's still low. This is a back and forth. Wow, Goose Shade's Venture is still very low. Kunkka completely detected Gush going off right now. The Illusion's keeping the entire team back. Why are they not going back? They got everything to blink back out. Finally, the Scourge team decides to go on the retreat. Beastmaster still wants a little bit more. He does have Blink Dagger cooling down just about 4 or 5 seconds. Is he going to blink in? That's a question. No, he will not. Whew, that was a crazy team fight.
Yo, 2 racks down, play like normal. Or play hard.
Start playing.
Yeah, start playing for real. As
are they
the Chinese model in this game.
Are they really going back in? They're not going back to base. They're like healing up. Oh my god, they're going back in right now. Alright, playing backwards. Requiem Soul just for the slow, and that ain't hitting an indie. Gold Scepter popping, Playmail popping right now. The Centaur ain't going back. No, he's dodging back out, trying to earn himself up. Shadow Fiend getting the right click on. He's getting right click on, earn on the Tide. Still blinking around back and forth. Wimmer getting some kill. Looks like the Vengeful Spirit getting picked off by the Gush from the Tide. Hunter still in this team fight. He's dying in one hit. Still dancing back and forth. David is 2 pro. Archie, or whatever the fuck his name is right now. Kunkka going in right now. Look at this Tide. He's going. He's blending the blame out. Gold Scepter. He's going the other direction. Does he have blink? He does have blink. Blinking back out right now. Still just juking. Playing. Ty Hunter just earning himself on the trees right now. Still waiting for opportunity to go back. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend right clicking against Venom Master. He does not have to lifesteal. Is he going to be able to come in? Centaur comes in. 2-man stun. Does not get though. Venom Master. Oh, where's the Tide? Where's the Tide? He's coming in right now. Behind gets killed against a Beastmaster. Why is he still in the team fight? He sees Kunkka. No, Kunkka will miss. And that Ty Hunter, he's probably going in for more, right? No, just kidding. He's got everybody.
What else does he need? This Ty Hunter is so awesome in this game.
That's why he wears a shark on his head, because if you think you're safe, you're never safe for fucking Ty Hunter.
Jaws, like Jaws 24/7. He killed Jaws.
He killed Jaws.
Jaws.
Oh my god.
Kill Jaws. Like, can you do that? I mean, I'm not too sure.
I don't think that's
possible. He takes
possible.
his skin, and he's carrying an anchor, and he killed Jaws. Like, what's your greatest achievement in life? Have you ever killed Jaws?
I have not killed Jaws. I think the greatest achievement in life was B-balling complimented me once, and thinking about that just make me stutter.
My greatest achievement is that mech that I corrected you.
Oh shit.
But here comes the final siege push as Ty Hunter just saying, I don't need active anchor smash, I just got Ghost Scepter. As yeah, that's gonna be the end of this game. As LGD completely befuddled. They put up a valiant effort as Blink and Ravage and Requiem kills everything as usual. Actually, Requiem killed something for once. Actually hit something for once.
Yeah. Sosu might be a great Shadow Fiend play. Those Requiems are just for initiating. I gotta say though, Centaur, Shadow Fiend, they might be the people that stole the show, but it's this tie. It's really the tie. Alright, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this Throwback Thursday. B-balling, any final words before we cut this one out and save our breaths? Because there's a lot of screaming and yelling in that game.
If you manage to get half the awesomeness as a Tide Hunter player, as Archie did in that game, then you are probably the best Tide Hunter player in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey.
Or second best, I suppose.
There are awesome Tide Hunter games, or no, there's awesome Centaur games that's gonna be coming our way very, very soon. So we are.
God, he's gonna be permaban. Like, how?
You can't permaban them all. You can't permaban them all.
I mean, I did say that with Tree. The Tree's like we got completely owned by that, or I got completely owned by that. I don't know if you called it as much as I did, but I also called it for bad. So you know, I was right some of the time. But Centaur, he's just naturally tanky. Like, he has 3.8 strength growth and a ridiculous ultimate. One of his spells costs mana. His other spell does not cost mana, it costs HP, but guess what? He has HP to spare, and his ultimate costs like 50, 65 mana, something ridiculously low. So he doesn't even need Arcane Boots, he can just get Phase Boots. He doesn't need to get Blink Dagger anymore if he really needs to, because guess what? 65-second cooldown. Like, you can just charge in. Do you even really think he needs to get Blink Dagger? I don't think he does. I think he could go for a little bit more tankier items to make him even more of a frontline beast. But I think that though the hero pool is wide enough that you can find counters. There's many different angles to attack this. You could go for the raw AoE. If the entire team's charging at you, suddenly heroes like Witch Doctor, Dream Coiled, Void Chronoster, like they get better as they're running out of position, trying to dive at you. You can start to get new tank killers. Nyx is definitely always a viable hero, rage dodging, 6 second getting a buff, Armlet getting a buff, maybe even Necrolite as a backline healer into a Reaper Scythe killer. There's many heroes in the pool, and I'm sure somebody out there will find a way to deal with Centaur. Or he's gonna get nerfed. So let's leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed this particular game, and until next time, Luminous and B-balling, we are signing off to you guys.